Obviously in the past year, we've seen a number of changes in the VLJ and personal jet marketplace, certainly with regard to manufacturers and also with regard to some air taxi operations. So what we thought we'd do this time is have a little bit of informal discussion, conversation. At this point, I'd like you to talk a little bit about the typical profile of your customer, if there even is one for your customers. Is it an owner-pilot, entrepreneur, business person, folks using them for business use, personal use, what you're seeing, and also take an opportunity to talk a little bit about the products that you're developing.
Our customer profile is a very interesting dynamic, as we've been at the development and certification process probably the longest. As of Friday, I believe we delivered 255 Eclipse 500s. About 28 of those are outside of the United States. The original customers are almost exclusively entrepreneurs. They are own businesses. We don't have a lot of, I use the term vice presidents at Dow Chemical. We don't have a lot of senior executives at Fortune 100 companies. We have most all of our customers are basically self-made. They're very proud of their flying. About 80% of them are pilots and intend to fly the aircraft themselves. We started to see a shift about 2 years ago toward the commercial ops side. So most of the recent customers and the interest in the negotiations we've handled over the last 2 years have been with customers that want to put the aircraft in a for-hire operation, whether that's an air taxi, whether that's a Part 135, flight training. These types of missions are the predominant use today. We still have owner-operators. We still have a lot of individuals that are interested in the Eclipse 500.
Cirrus Design's Vision SJ50 single-engine personal jet offers exceptional fuel efficiency, flexible seating for up to 7, advanced avionics, and all the Cirrus safety features you expect, including the Cirrus airframe parachute system. With its detailed design, the Cirrus Vision is technologically advanced, yet engineered to be simple to fly, to allow owner pilots more lifestyle pursuits than any other personal aircraft. Learn more about the Vision SJ50 at cirrusdesign.com.
I'm going to give you a couple of quick briefs on the 400. It was the most elaborate market research that we did, and it was backed up with what our gut said, which was we thought it was a pretty good-looking airplane, and we thought that customers, both current customers and new customers, would buy it. So what we did is we looked at people that owned an aircraft and had owned an aircraft for 10 years or longer, whether it was contiguous or not. It didn't really matter what type, but most of 95% of these people owned single-engine piston aircraft. And the average age was 56 years old. The average length of time owning the current airplane that they owned was 7 years. And what came out of it was the type of aircraft that they flew was not indicative of the type of aircraft they could afford to fly. And so that gave us a lot of confidence that the 400 market, the market for a single-engine turbine aircraft, just like Cirrus and Diamond, we think is the next big thing. We think it is the turbinization of general aviation is the next big thing. Today's world of environmental impact, the VLJ market, the Eclipse 500, is certainly proving that it is environmentally friendly. And as you evaluate continued need for air travel, but yet responsible economically, the Eclipse 500 VLJs are going to be certainly a better alternative.
Well, like I said, we don't have a customer yet, so we don't know what our customer profile looks like. However, I think like all VLJs, we expect to see the airplane as an entry-level business machine, some owner-flown airplanes, and then the air taxi market looms out there for all of us, questioning, you know, how big is it going to be and how many airplanes are going to be required. But basically, I think that's it. Just owner-operators, entry-level business airplanes, and air taxis.
Okay, we are cleared for our approach. Have our Garmin GPS set up to fly the LPV. And look, here comes the glide path. You're probably wondering how we can intercept a glide path when there's no ILS on the field. Well, hey, that's the beauty of WAAS GPS. No ILS, no localizer, no problem. WAAS gives us full vertical guidance even without ground-based navigation. Okay, next you're probably wondering why there's spit all over your side of the windshield.
In the case of the Phenoms, in particular the Phenom 100, this is an airplane that will be mostly professionally operated. Basically, the very light jet category over the last few years, it's a category that has grown a lot. A lot of new products have been introduced into this category, making it sometimes confusing to compare two different products there. So Embraer, we are looking at the very light jet segment, dividing it in two subcategories. We see the personal jets, which are those airplanes that are in majority operated by owner pilots, and entry-level jets, which are those airplanes that will be mostly operated on the traditional business jet models on charter companies and corporations and so on. So that's where we are placing the Phenom 100. So it's a very light jet, but in the entry-level category. That's how we place it, and that's how we designed the airplane. We designed the airplane to be the most comfortable airplane in the very light jet segment. It's the one with the largest cabin, very comfortable for the passengers. Designed it for high utilization. We designed the airplane looking at the branded charter or taxi companies, but not forgetting the traditional owners that will be flying the airplanes on low utilization and typical executive jets profiles.
Well, what we're seeing is that we have two products in the space. We have our twin-engine Elite, which is basically the 400-knot 7 to 8 place aircraft. We're seeing a split, so I think we're maybe between what Embraer is seeing and what the Eclipse 500 is seeing. In the non-North Americans, or ROW, the rest of the world, we're seeing mostly company-operated, professionally flown, and some level of air taxi customer. In the United States, in North America specifically, we see most of the mostly owner-operator in that aircraft. On our Victory, which I think as far as the single-engine VLJs has more flight hours than anybody. We have about 300 on it right now in flight test. So we know the performance of the aircraft, and the customer base seems to be very much owner-operated. There's little or no market, I think, over in the European side of things because of the single-engine situation over there, especially for anything other than owner-operators. 80 to 90% of our business, of our booked orders for the Victory, are for owner-operators. So it really depends on where in the world you're selling.